Hey everyone, this is Count Shockula from the Scumdogs Villains League. We play on the PlayStation 3 US servers, and on my YouTube channel, DCU Insider, I have been getting some personal messages regarding requests that I go over my loadout of some of my tunes. Namely my fire DPS and electric DPS. Well, I respec my fire DPS over to electric um, about a month ago, so I'm not going to be doing a fire DPS loadout video, but I will explain to you the loadout I use for my electric DPS. And like I said, I've had quite a few personal messages sent to me on my YouTube channel of people wanting to know um, what my opinion for the best loadout for electric DPS is. So here goes. You have to bear with me. I kind of have a head cold. If you have a hard time understanding me, I do apologize. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the power tree, and I'm going to kind of show you what route I took to get the powers. It's really simple. That's what I like about electric. So first thing, I'm going to go to powers, and I'm actually going to go to iconic powers first. And we're going to open the iconic power tree. And when I was playing fire DPS, to get to the powers or the spells that I wanted in the trees, I really had to use up a lot of my 15 points. And this is what I really like about electric is it's pretty cut and dry. You go straight down the amperage and voltage trees. You only have to branch out to do the supercharges, and it allows me to take 5 iconic abilities, which when I was fire DPS, I only took 2 iconic, which were weapons expert and tactical genius. Now, weapon expert raises your precision. It's not really a power; it's an innate ability. So when you spec into this, it raises your precision, gives you plus 3% critical attack chance, and you will see the change in your precision stat. And of course, tactical genius is plus 10% critical attack damage. It makes a huge difference when you're running DPS. Come over here and I take nano weave armor, plus 50 defense, plus 100 toughness. Powerful resistance gives me plus 100 health, and wisdom of Solomon gives me plus 50 vitalization, plus 100 power. So basically I have 10 power points left to use, and a lot of people are like, wow, that's not going to be enough to get everything you want out of the trees, which was the case when I was playing fire DPS. But with electric, that's the beautiful thing about electric is you don't need 15 power points to get everything you need. So let's go over here. First off, voltage tree. Just start with Tesla Blast. Wired. Straight down the tree. You get Shockwave next. Then you have to branch out either side to get your supercharge here, which is Group Transducer, which is more of a, I would say more of a healer role power, because it heals from incoming attack damage, and it also puts a little blue shield around everyone. So I went with Megavolt. It's 100% supercharge. It's just a pure damage spell, but I don't use it. I haven't used it yet, and I'll show you the one that I've been using. Is in the other tree, the Amperage tree. So anyway, after you pick which side you want to do, either Megavolt or Group Transducer, I think both are good. Then you go down to Voltaic Bolt, and that's all you need out of the voltage tree. Those 5 things. So let's exit here. Let's go over to Amperage. And once again, it's basically cut and dry, real easy, straight down. You get Repulse, which I won't be using. Attract, I don't really care about that as well. Electrostatic Bomb and Electricute. And you do have to branch out to be able to activate Electrostatic Bomb and Electricute. And the supercharge I took right here is Circuit Breaker. That's what I use. The drawback of Circuit Breaker is it's 100% supercharge cost. The beautiful thing about Circuit Breaker is it really can make a difference in a boss battle. Say the boss is low on health. He might be under about 15%, and your allies are starting to drop. Maybe one of your healers went down. Pop Circuit Breaker. It's basically like a healer throwing Carnage and Hive Mind at the same time. It takes a few seconds to go into effect. It puts out a burst that gives a small AoE damage if you're in range of your opponent. It gives you a little bit of healing over time. You'll regenerate some health, and it really dramatically increases, like it just says right there. I'm basically quoting. It dramatically increases your damage and critical strike chance, and you really can tell a difference for the next 6 or 7 seconds. You're really gonna put out a lot of damage, and it's really gonna boost your critical attack chance, and you will see a difference when you use it. I was thinking about possibly speccing into Invigorate in the future, more of a hybrid build, because Invigorate is the good thing about Invigorate here is that it's only a 50% supercharge cost, and it's more of a healing spell. And right now I'm basically just specced into pure damage. So, and I'll show you my statistics a little bit later in the video. So now that we have gone through the trees of what the powers to pick up, I'm going to exit out here, and I'm going to go down to my loadout. And your loadout will differ. I mean, you can put them in any kind of spots, but I'll show you the powers that I use. And we're going to skip over the healer. I don't even have a healer loadout set up yet. So, like I said, I'm pure damage dealer and totally spec for it. So here's damage. In my first spot, I use Tesla Blast. You can interchange this with, say, Shockwave. Tesla Blast is basically a single target focus power. But the beautiful thing about it is it electrifies enemies. Its power interaction with a lot of your other spells. It's only a 35% buff, so it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does interact with some other powers. Then we go over here. I've got Electrostatic Bomb. This is my bread and butter. Against mobs, it really sets up the AoE. It sucks if you throw this, if you chuck this grenade into a group of mobs, it sucks them together, sets them up beautifully for the next power, which is in my third spot, Voltaic Bolt. And this is really the big weapon, the big damage dealer for Electric DPS. After you group them all together with Electrostatic Bomb, hit them Voltaic Bolt, just a huge amount of damage to all enemies affected in the area. So, and it's a 50% buff. Then what I like to do is I'm going to skip over here. Then I hit Wired. It's an instant cast. It's just like Fiery Weapon. If you're fire, if you use Fiery Weapon, you'll know what I'm talking about. It increases critical attack. It increases the critical attack damage and chance. And it also supposedly affects 3 group members. I've had some people say that they don't really see a difference in their damage output when I activate Wired. I mean, it's only going to last a few seconds, but you want to keep your hit counter going. So that's kind of my rotation. I throw electrostatic bomb, I hit him with voltaic bolt, and I instantly activate wired, and then I try to keep my combos going with my rifle. We're going to go back over to Electricute here. I've got this in my 4th spot on my loadout. Once again, it's a big damage dealer against mobs that are electrified. Say you have a gadget troller that throws some sort of power that electrifies enemies. It's really good to communicate with your controller, see what he's doing. If you have electrified enemies, hit them with Electricute. It's the one that creates the storm cloud and the bolts of lightning rain down. It's kind of annoying visually. A lot of people complain because it kind of clogs the screen up with a yellow, white, like thundercloud, but it's a really good spell. And like I said, my last spot over here is Circuit Breaker, and I kind of already went into that. Circuit Breaker is just a great supercharge in all situations. It's just going to dramatically increase your output of damage, critical strike chance. The drawback is it is 100% supercharge. It would be a total game changer if this was 50% supercharge. Everyone would use it. So anyway, that's my loadout for my electric guy. And before I end the video, I am going to exit out here. And I'm going to go down to my skills. And go to my flight. And as you can see, at the time I'm recording this video, I have 100 skill points. So I can pretty much get all of everything I'm needing out of the trees as far as might, critical attack chance, critical attack damage. I know I have all the defense and toughness. I got a little bit of the vitalization. After that, it's pretty much a personal preference of which skills you spec into. But if you're pure DPS, you definitely want to get all the might, all the critical attack chance, all the critical attack damage. The only flight power, obviously, I have is the supersonic. If you are DPS, you might want to play around with vacuum bubble, but it's going to cost you about 4 extra skill points to spec into it, 4 or 5 extra actually. So I just do supersonic for my movement and come back over here, and I'm getting a group invite. Let me cancel that real quick. I've got into my weapons. I'm not going to go through every tree, but you definitely want to get all the might out first. That if you're power-based DPS damage, you want to get all the might. I know one-handed has a lot of might. I think it has 70. Hand blasters, I believe, has 60. And there's one more. I'm spec'd into rifle. There's one more that has a lot of might. Best thing to do is just go through all of them before you even spec, and just try to grab all the might that you can. So anyway, I'm going to go out of here, go back over to my inventory screen.
What's going on, man?
And kind of show what I'm playing with here.
I don't think he's on here.
He just declined my invitation.
113, Central City.
He said he was messing with something with that radio thing.
See that in the
Okay.
So that might be why he's not doing it.
60 marks of momentum, real easy to get. And as you can see, I've got the all Sunstone gear, complete tier 3 Sunstone DPS on all of my slots here, and I'm fully modded either with Might and Power 3, Might 3, Might and Precision 3, Might and Health 3, whichever one coincides with the socket color to get the infinity bonus. And I'm also wearing the Neck of Might. Big drawback here is wearing the 14 karat white gold rings from the holiday event. I want to eventually replace them with the Circles of Might. I haven't been able to get my hands on those yet. That should raise my might about 16 after I get those the Circle of Might. You can get that out of Fortress 1 and 2 in the loot box. So I'm going to go over here to stats, and as you can see, my might right now is 1772. My precision is 351, and my big goal is to get the might over 1800. You'll really see a huge output and damage when you use your powers. So other than that, that is basically covered everything I can about my electric DPS guy, and I appreciate the time. Check out some more of my videos on DCU Insider on my YouTube channel. You can also check out the Scumdogs Villains League videos on www.scumdogsdcuo.com, and we also have a live stream